Hello friends, welcome once again to this step-by-step SQL tutorial for data analysis and software development for absolute beginners. In this part, we are going to discuss about how we can install MySQL in our computer. There are many ways of installing MySQL and running a server where we can create MySQL databases, but I am going to explain you about installing Xampp or WAMP. So if you are on a Windows computer, if you are using a Windows operating system in your computer, so you can definitely go with WAMPServer. Or if you are using Mac OS or any distribution of Linux or Windows, so you can go for Xampp. In both these versions, you will get Apache HTTP server, MariaDB database, and interpreters for scripts written in the PHP and Perl programming language. And you can see in the description of WAMPServer that you will get MySQL database, PHP programming language, and Apache web server. So to run MySQL databases in a web server or in a local server, we need Apache, MySQL, and PHP, and both these softwares are capable of doing that. To install Xampp, you have to go to a website called apachefriends.org. So this is actually apachefriends.org homepage, and from this Apache Friends website you can download Xampp for Windows or Linux or Xampp for Mac OS, and you can choose any version here. Because we are using a Windows PC, so we'll choose Xampp for Windows. Then as per your system, you will see there are various downloads here. So now after downloading the executable file, what you have to do is simply you will see something like this. So you will see a warning, important because an user account control. If you are seeing this warning, you just have to click OK here. Then you will see setup Xampp. Click next to set up Xampp. In this window here, you can select the components you want to install. You have to make sure that Apache and MySQL are selected here. These are, and PHP MyAdmin is selected here. So these are the main things: PHP MyAdmin, Apache, and MySQL. Because Xampp is the default application for developing PHP applications, or in Xampp you can create PHP applications by default. So that's why PHP and Apache are grayed out here. You cannot select them, select or deselect them. But if you don't have any you can simply skip choosing anything here. You can simply click on next and go ahead. This is the location where Xampp will be installed in your computer. So whatever drive you are seeing here, and inside your default drive a folder called Xampp will be created. Click next. You will see a window about Bitnami for Xampp. You have to simply click next here. If you want to learn more about Bitnami for Xampp, you can click that. If this firewall message comes, so give the private network, allow access to it. So now after doing this, Xampp will be installed. This is actually the process of installing SQL Server Management Studio. I will explain that later. You can install Xampp. If you want to install WAMPServer, then you can go to this website here, wampserver.com. You can click on start using WAMPServer, and then as per your computer's configuration, if you are using 32 bits Windows or 64-bit computer, WAMPServer is particularly for Windows users, Windows operating system users. And you can click on this, and the installation process is really simple and very regular installation. So now, since I'm considering you have downloaded and installed Xampp without any problem, so you can go to, you will see that in your C drive there will be a folder called Xampp. So you can go to that folder here, and in this folder you will see a Xampp control panel here. So you will see a Xampp control panel, right click on it, run as administrator, and you will see this Xampp control panel here. This is the main thing after installing. So in your Xampp control panel you have to start two things here. You have to start two modules here. First module is your Apache server, on which your applications will run. This is our local web server, and then you can install or start MySQL here. Now you will see that both modules have turned green here, and if there is no problem, so now you will see that it is running. Now open any browser and write localhost here, and you will see a dashboard here. So because Xampp is just installed and you have not created any particular application, any PHP application here, get rid of this and type localhost and /php myadmin. So this will open PHP myadmin for you. Again, PHP myadmin is a tool, is a web tool you can say, which runs on Xampp, and when you install Xampp, this tool will be installed. This particular tool will be used to create, manage, access and manipulate MySQL databases. You can see here a server is there. This is IP address. So this IP address basically belongs to localhost. So this is the IP address of localhost here. So currently we are running a server with IP address 127.0.0.1 via TCP IP, and the server type is MariaDB. So we are running PHP myadmin on MariaDB. I will create a video where I will explain about difference between MariaDB and MySQL, but for now you can ignore this thing. What you have to do is you have to create a new database here. You can see some test database, and by default there are some databases that are already created here. Some information schema is created here. Schema is basically a structure. So now let's discuss what schema is. So what is schema? So when we store data in our computer, the actual representation of data can be in a file, but schema is the logical or visual representation of all parts of a relational database. It is like a blueprint of how the database is constructed to describe the structure of the data in relational tables. We can refer to this diagram also. Schema is a logical representation of the database. It is like a blueprint. So in a database there can be various schemas, and the data tables actually are there in these schemas. So we can create a database which has only one schema and that has many tables. We will learn about this in the later parts of this series also, but for now we will stick to databases and